The Bible isn't just a book of random stories. It's 66 different books that come together to tell one story. An incredible one about God's love for us. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the Book of Psalms, chapter 90, verse 12.
At first, Destiny was excited about the video game her parents bought her for her birthday.
Mountain Craft? This looks really cool. I researched online and it's great for teaching math and problem-solving skills. Oh.
Suddenly, Destiny was a little less excited about the new video game, Mountain Craft. So she put it on her nightstand and forgot about it. Until the day her friend Brianna and her were supposed to go play together. And Brianna got sick.
Strep? That's the worst. I'm sorry.
The girls were supposed to walk to the park together, and Destiny didn't want to go by herself. So as she put her phone down, Mountain Craft caught her eye. Why not? The game setup was pretty simple.
So I'm building my own mountain kingdom. These graphics are pretty amazing.
And soon, Destiny was lost in her own world, literally.
A maze? Oh, if I turn this side of the mountain into a maze, I'll completely confuse the mudworms when they invade.
At dinner, she was distracted, and afterward, she returned to the game until Mom checked in.
Time to go to bed, sweetie. Yeah, of course.
But after Destiny was already in bed, she thought of a brilliant new way to create an escape chute out of ice. So she crept downstairs and got an additional 45 minutes of game time, which made getting up the next morning pretty tough.
You look tired. What? Oh, maybe I'm getting strep like Brianna. I hope not. Don't you have that big math test tomorrow? Right, of course.
After dinner, Destiny picked up her books and went to the family room.
If 2 times x equals 18 plus y...
She meant to study for her math test. She really did. But all she could hear in her head...
Mom even said that Mountain Craft teaches math, so it's kind of like studying, right?
That night, Destiny stayed up even later. And the next day at dinner, when her dad asked her about the math test, Destiny hedged.
We don't actually get our grades back until Monday. Tomorrow will take your mind off it.
Most Saturdays, Destiny went with her dad to help serve breakfast at a nearby shelter.
Miss Robertson texted they've got a new griddle. We'll be able to crank out some serious pancakes. I might not go tomorrow and miss your bacon fix. I know you love making people grin when you hand out all that extra bacon. I'm just a little tired.
Destiny's parents exchanged a worried glance, but her mind was already on her incredible game world. As soon as she was up on Saturday morning, she was back to taking over her second mountain, fortifying its base with a circle of pine trees and quartz caverns.
You want any breakfast?
I got cereal. Later that day, she begged off going on a bike ride with her parents and her younger brother Anthony.
Oh, come on!
Later that day, she discovered a game tool for altering gravity. She was so absorbed in the game, she didn't notice her dad standing in the doorway.
How long have you been there?
Destiny turned off the game console, but not before saving her position.
Looks like Mountain Craft is a pretty fun game after all. It's okay. From what I see, you're doing some pretty complicated things.
It's not just a game. I'm learning stuff.
That's great. But you've only got so much time in a day.
Yeah, I get it.
Your mom and Anthony went to get pizza. Dinner in 10 minutes, okay?
She nodded, and after her dad left, she turned her game back on. But what he'd said about time stuck with her. It reminded her.
Where was that?
Destiny scrolled through the text on her phone, searching for the thread that her small group leader from church had sent. She vaguely recalled a verse that had been sent out to encourage everyone. Ice cream, roller skating. Here it is. Psalm 90:12. Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Destiny tried to recall the last few days, but they were a blur. She'd been buried in her game of mountain craft. She hadn't paid much attention to the minutes or the hours, much less the days. The game, it was cool, but it was the only thing she'd been doing with her free time. Just then, Anthony bounded in.
Hey, you totally should have come biking. We saw these two fat squirrels get in a fight. And Mom says dinner is ready. And hey, is that mountain craft?
Yeah, it is.
Carlos says it's the most awesome game ever. Can I play? Will you teach me?
Destiny grinned and clicked off the console. Sure, I'll teach you. Sometime. But right now, I smell pizza. And after that, I think you and me should shoot some hoops outside to get you ready for tryouts.
Really? Will you help me work on my free throw?
You bet. Destiny clattered into the kitchen with her younger brother. Sure, the game was cool, and building imaginary worlds, well, that was fun. But spending time with her friends and family in the real world, well, that was the best.